This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have the Whirlpool Direct Drive washing machine series 70, 80, or 90 that isn't spinning and isn't draining due to a faulty lid switch. The lid switch broke off the screws that hold it in. The plastic broke, and now we're going to be replacing the lid switch. This is kind of a faster way to do it than normal. You have to make sure the machine is unplugged. And we have the switch is just available to us. It's just sitting right here where it's easy to see. So we're going to pull the switch toward us, and we're going to actually cut the wires that are holding the switch on pretty close to the switch. Again, make sure it's unplugged. So here's this switch. It just broke the screws that hold it in. Plastic broke. Here's the wire behind it. I'm going to expose as much of the wire as I can. And I'm going to now use my Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screws that are kind of caught to a little bit of the plastic that used to encase them, but the plastic broke. I just want to get these screws out. So I'm going to remove those. I have a new switch that I'm going to put in. And this is not the conventional way. This is where you're going to be splicing the wires in. So I'm cutting the old wires. And then I'm going to strip back about a 1/4 inch of the plastic insulation to expose some of the wire. I'm going to be using some wire splicers, and they're pretty cool little things that we use to crimp down to connect wire together. So I'm just using my wire strippers to strip back a little bit of the wire. Again, this is not the conventional way to do this, but maybe if your washing machine was not easily removable from its location, you could do it this way. It's a little bit faster. So I'll twist the metal of the wire to make sure it's all ready to go. And I've got my new switch with my wire splicers on it, and I'm going to crimp down on the wire splicer once I get the wire in there. These are the blue colored ones. I'm going to be just crimping down. I'm using a pair of long nose vice grips to do the crimping because there's not much space. I'm going to use two hands to squeeze down and crimp the wire splicer. And we got them both in position. So now I'll just push the switch up into the frame, and I'll put the two Phillips head screws in. And then we're done. So this is not super easy to do because the wire is a little bit hard to get to. You only have about 4 inches of wire to play with when you cut off the old switch. So what I like to do is push down on the tub a little bit to create more space. So I'm just putting in the other Phillips head screw. Again, the good thing about doing it this way is it is faster, and if you can't get the machine out to remove the cabinet, this is another method of putting it in by splicing the wires. I'm just going to tighten up these two Phillips head screws. I'm holding on to the switch while I do this. Don't want to over tighten these, just get it where they're snug because otherwise it can crack the plastic. Usually the reason these lid switches break is the lid drops too quickly and it just breaks the plastic. So it's always good to kind of baby the lid down. Keeping those tight. These, by the way, are really good washing machines. These last for often over 20 years. Okay, there we go. And we'll test it out, make sure it's working. Set it for spin. If the lid switch doesn't work, it won't spin and it won't drain. It actually won't make any noise.
That's a good sign.
But if the lid switch is working, it will spin and will drain. And it's actually a pretty easy repair. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance. Thanks a lot.